Mid-morning to you. Hope you're having a nice day. The weather looks like it's going to be another pretty warm day, or hot day, if you will, especially inland, but not as hot as yesterday. A little bit of fog showing up here at Stinson Beach, and you can kind of see it just wafting around there. This is the Ocean Beach, or the Stinson Beach Surfline camera. Pretty new addition to Surfline's cadre of cameras. But you can see the fog, and you can also see how shallow it is, and how when it comes in, it's going to get really dense. And it was this morning, and it'll go out, and it'll come back. It's not a very congruous layer of fog, so it's kind of falling apart. So it's not really that potent. So you'll see some sunshine today at the beach, and then you'll see some clouds, hence this live camera. These are the mechanisms for the next couple of days, the cooling. So the low comes in. This is starting tomorrow. The low comes in, the high bumps out, the inversion lifts, the fog comes in over the hill, and temperatures cool down. Essentially, the sea breeze is revitalized and much more aggressive when you get a low. This low is meant to represent an upper level low up in the jet stream. So let me turn that off. This is today's temperatures, generally in the 80s and low 90s, but there will be some upper 90s in the hot spots. Tomorrow the cool down begins as that trough gets closer. In the winter months, this kind of pattern, in the next few weeks, this type of pattern will result in these heat ups, cool downs, and potentially during those heat ups, if it's a strong enough pressure gradient, we'll get into the red flag warnings. There's no way around it. We're going to get those. And they last a day or two, and then they cool down. That's the pattern, the general pattern that we see. So we're in one of those patterns now, but we're early enough in the season that we're not seeing strong pressure gradients, so we're not seeing extreme winds. Because the winds are slightly offshore. They were slightly offshore yesterday, but it's when they get funneling offshore, 30, 40, 50 miles an hour. It's not there yet, but it'll happen. These are the forecast temps for today. Last day of significant heat for a little while. San Francisco, 78. That's warm. When you're in downtown San Francisco at 78 degrees, that's toasty. Redwood City, 90. Livermore, one of the hot spots, 98. And then there is the 5-day forecast. And the thing to pick out here is that lower tier numbers. It's as hot as it's going to get. And I went a little high on all those numbers. So the hot spots, that's Livermore Valley, that's Morgan Hill, areas like that will be in the upper 80s. Most of us are going to exist in the upper 70s to low 80s, which I think is just about perfect. This is a live camera, or actually this is the satellite from the Goes West, Geo-Orbital Earth Station, stationary satellite. And you can see the fog, and you can actually see what we were looking at Stinson Beach. Let me see if I can pull this back in. Oop. I want to do this. Okay. Let's see. I'll do this. So Stinson Beach, we were looking live at that picture, right? And then you can see it right there. And I'm not making it any easier. There it is. And you can see the fog, that whiff of fog, right? Just sitting offshore. Let's see if I can, well, it's not going to let me do it. So the fog, you can see where it is. You can see where it is not. This is the visible satellite. It's awesome for... this is hooked up in my links, and I honestly think if I was you, I use this, first thing I look at every morning is this visible satellite. First of all, where's the smoke? Awesome. Not a lot of fire activity. Our quality is good. You can kind of get a lot out of this. In the winter, you're going to see when there's snow in the mountains, right? You're going to see when there's clouds on the west slope of the Sierra Nevada. You can pick out rain really easy. But what you can also pick out here, which is pretty awesome, is look at that cutout. That's that north wind. Remember I was talking about the offshore flow? That's the fog. That's subsiding air coming out of the high. The high's not that strong. Eventually the high is going to be that strong, and all that fog will go away, and that's when you get the gnarly red flag warnings. And that's coming. It's not there yet. Here's Stinson Beach, and then you see the fog there. Again, we're looking at it. Beautiful day out there. Let's go to Ocean Beach, San Francisco. Here's a live picture for you. See if I can get it to go live. Sometimes it reloads when I pull in and out. Let's see. We won't even take it live. Okay, so there's Ocean Beach. You see people out surfing. Swells dropped a bunch, but beautiful. And if you look offshore, you can see the fog line. If you're looking on the right direction, it might be hard to see on your iPhone. And then Lindemar Beach. This will load up as well, and one of the prettiest beaches, I think, really, just in terms of getting a lot of sun this time of year. There is fog offshore. You can see Pedro Point. And then, let's see, this is Maverick's camera. There's a camera out there at Maverick's, and you can see the birds. You might even see a whale. This would be a good camera to look for whales. Again, Surfline camera. And then what we can do here, I wanted to show you this. This is let me draw an X box around us. Here we are right here. And if you can keep your eyes, I kind of try to keep us centered there. So that's California. The thing above us is a ridge, right? See it going up over the box? That's a ridge. And the thing just to the other side of it, over to the left side of your screen, is a trough. And this is vorticity. It's scary sounding, but it's really just energy. And it's energy in it's energy in this case, the reds and yellows and such, the bright colors, are energies for instability. So a lot of red, a lot of instability. A little red or no red, less instability. And as the winter months come on, we'll look at this and you'll see what I mean. So we will roll this through. We are going to cool down tomorrow. So see this low right here? That's what's going to cool us down right there. That's tomorrow. And you see it kind of get pulled in. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then see it flatten out. I don't know if I think you can see it. Let me pull it in again. If you look right there, didn't last long. You see the ridge kind of going over the top. And then you look at this, see this little cutoff low again coming up to the north. This is interesting. This is more towards Saturday into Sunday, and that's another big cool down. And then a ridge build. See the ridge come in? So now we're going to next week, and then that's really, see that, look at that spin. A lot of vorticity entrained in this low. That's an upper level low. That is a long wave low pressure. This here, see that little loop, that little circle? That's a short wave. This is a long wave right here. And that's when you're getting into it. Now, is it going to come do anything? It'll generate swell, which will be awesome, but it probably looks like it's going to stay offshore. But you can see how active the pattern gets this time of year. So we are definitely getting into fall. We've passed the equinox. Days are getting shorter, obviously, and we're not far. We're not far from Halloween at this point. So that's the forecast. So today, remember, it's going to be just like yesterday. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday cools off, but kind of stays in those upper 80s, low 90s. I'll pull up the 5-day forecast again for you, see if I can find that. And we will, let's see. Yeah, there's the 5-day right there. Okay, we'll see you back here tomorrow.